Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So Spider-Man No Way Home has crossed the $1 billion mark in box office, and it's only been out for 12 days. Now, we have numbers for 11 days, including that first day of previews, but technically, it was released on the 15th in the UK and Ireland, so technically we have 12 days of numbers, which is why it's now equaled the record for third fastest film to $1 billion, equaling Star Wars The Force Awakens and trailing Avengers Infinity War by just 1 day. And it has now more than doubled the previous triumph in this pandemic era for Marvel movies, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which I heard from other people was a triumph for the pandemic, and it had great box office and it had legs. It had legs. It was going to make so much money. It was going to keep making all this money. Well, it's now more than doubled Shang-Chi's entire run in just 12 days of opening. So let's take a look at these numbers and compare them with previous MCU movies and pandemic numbers that everyone's been trying to claim is the reason why the box office has been down so much. On Variety, it states, Spider-Man No Way Home becomes first pandemic-era movie to smash $1 billion milestone globally. Sony's comic book Epic has eclipsed that milestone in a near record 12 days, tying with 2015's Star Wars The Force Awakens as the third fastest film to reach the $1 billion benchmark. Only 2018's Avengers Infinity War and 2019's Avengers Endgame were quicker, smashing the coveted tally in 11 days and 5 days respectively. So 11 days was Avengers Infinity War. That was the previous record when it first came out. Because as we have here, back in May 2018, Avengers Infinity War makes $1 billion in a record 11 days. That was the record back then. But then Avengers Endgame came out a year later and absolutely smashed it, making $1.2 billion in just 5 days. Now, I don't know what movie is going to beat that in the future. Potentially there could be something, but nothing I can see in the near future is going to top that. 5 days crossing $1 billion. Now they say it's impressive that Spider-Man No Way Home managed to blow past $1 billion in ticket sales worldwide, given the rapidly spreading Omicron variant, of COVID-19. But so far, coronavirus concerns have done little to slow Peter Parker's prowess. The film is still playing to many sold-out screenings nationwide. Now that means nationwide US, and I can tell you here in Australia, there are still sold-out screenings every single day here in theaters. Now, could that be also that it's holiday time and kids are out of school and people are going to see the movies more? Yes. But also, not every single theater is open during this time because of public holidays and everything. So to still get sold out cinemas every single day is an achievement. Let's take a look at why it's 12 days and not equaling the 11-day record. Because the numbers we have here, it says days 10. So we've got 10 days of numbers with that $50 million preview, which makes it 11. However, the UK and Ireland had the movie opening on the 15th of December, which was 2 days before the US in the 17th. Because right here, this was written on the 17th. The UK and Ireland box office previews, how high can Spider-Man No Way Home swing? Now, the film is playing in 648 locations and took an average of 11,728 pounds on Wednesday. It brought in a further 4.7 million on Thursday, standing at a total of 12.37 million after 2 days. That means it had over 7.6 million pounds on its opening previews. So that's where that number comes in at 12 days, because the UK and Ireland open up the screenings, their preview screenings, 2 days before it was released in the US, which is where we get this preview number of 50 million. So that's counting every single preview we had. So you had the UK in the 15th, you had Australia over here midnight 16th, and a bunch of other places that had their previews. So that's why it's at 12 days and not 11, which is what the numbers say here. But let's take a look at comparing Infinity War, which is what it looked like most likely to compare it to with these numbers. Now, as you can see, 467 million on day 10. Now, Avengers Infinity War, which did have a China release, let's not forget Spider-Man No Way Home, in a pandemic, doesn't have a China release, has made over $467 million on day 10 of numbers, including the preview day. Now, Avengers Infinity War, let's have a look at day 10. 453.1. So it's outpacing Avengers Infinity War, which by these metrics, number one, was not released during a pandemic, where everyone's saying, oh, there's new variants spreading. People shouldn't go out to see their families at the holidays. Be careful when you go out. Don't go out and see movies because it's not necessary. That's one thing. But also on the international numbers, look at the amount that Infinity War brought in from China. $359 million. So with no China release and in a pandemic, it's outpacing Avengers Infinity War after 11 days with those previews. Now, it is also being released holiday time. So as I said before, people might be going out and seeing it more because no school, maybe people taking time off work. That's also a factor. But let's also compare Labor Day release, which is technically an extra day holidays. Let's compare Shang-Chi with Spider-Man No Way Home and see where it lines up, because you've got pandemic era movie number one and you've got no China release. So we can compare Shang-Chi because it didn't have a China release, thanks to what some people said who were involved with the movie. No Way Home, worldwide box office, no China release. It's now crossed $1 billion and 54 million. $1 billion in 12 days. Let's call it 12. Shang-Chi is now 5th bottom for MCU movies. It's had its run, and overall $417.952 million. And Spider-Man No Way Home has just crossed the $1 billion mark. Pandemic era, no China release, and it's such a triumph, and it's got an extra day of numbers because of Labor Day, okay? And it will have legs. That's what I heard from people in the industry. It'll have legs. 417.9. Just call it 418. We'll round it up for them. I will round it up for them. 420 million. There we go. 420 for Shang-Chi, and that's its entire run when Spider-Man No Way Home has been out for 12 days and it's made over $1 billion. No China release in a pandemic, in an extra spike of a new variant. And it's just broke a record-setting $1 billion mark, which equals now the third fastest $1 billion mark made by any movie, and that equaled with Star Wars The Force Awakens. Could we see this become the MCU's third $2 billion movie with no China release? Now that would be an absolute triumph if this movie could pull off $2 billion with no China release. Is it out of the realm of possibility? No, I don't think so, but it's gonna need a lot of repeat viewings over the next month to get there. Based on what's been happening in the last week, it's had sold out sessions every single day that it's been playing, and multiple sold out sessions, not just one, multiple. So I think it's a possibility that this could crack $2 billion, which would be insane. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video out there, and I'll see you in the next one.